this line. Here we go.
All right, I'd like to bring this meeting of the Dauphin County Industrial Development Authority to order for Thursday, November 20th at 12:02 p.m. And I'll do a roll. Mr. Reber.
Here.
Mr. Hamilton.
Here.
Mr. Foley.
Right.
Right. Mr. Ricker. Seconds here, we have a quorum. Is anybody? Members of the public that are here. Seeing none. Members of the general public, I will look for a motion to approve. I'm sorry. You're correct. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. We did have a brief executive session before this meeting to discuss a real estate matter. There'll be an update on that later on in the whole business. We talk about the solar project.
And litigation.
And litigation and legal advice regarding a pending matter before the court. Thank you very much. So, noting that there's no public here at the moment, I'll look for a motion to approve the minutes of October 16th that were sent to you. I was not at that meeting, so I can.
So moved.
Makes a move.
Second.
Second by Mrs. Weaver. Any questions? All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed likewise, the ayes have it. Also sent to you, or I guess partially sent to you, were the financials. So I am going to make a motion that we approve the financials that we received for June and July 2025. Take them as a package.
So moved.
Moved by Doug. Second by Mr. Reber. Any discussion? Alex, did you saw check runs and other things? Did you have?
I think everything was wonderful. Congrats on all your hard work and getting things caught up. And that's always tricky when you're in a new role. So congrats.
And if you do have questions, reach out to Mr. Brooks. I think we'll answer any questions that folks have. We've had good conversation, so appreciate that.
Are you tabling the other ones?
Well, we're gonna just take, can we just take those?
Okay.
So we're gonna take those two now, and then we'll table. I'm sorry, we'll do two separate motions. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of accepting the financials for June and July of 2025, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Looks likewise, and it's happened. Now for August, I will look for a motion that we take August and through October 2025, and table those to the next meeting.
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Hamilton. Or Mr. Foley, sorry. Seconded by Mr. Hamilton. Okay. Any discussion on that? And we think we'll have these really at the next meeting.
Should be able to. I think that the hang up was just having access to the bank accounts.
Right.
To get all those statements.
And we're trying to solve that here. Yeah. All right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed likewise. Have it. And those financials on the table until the next meeting. Solicitors report and action item. That's what.
No report. Thank you.
Thank you. New business. Proposal for document migration project, collective intelligence.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, Collective Intelligence has contacted us. They have currently have a contract with our Human Services Department. They did an RFP. They could do some work for their office. When they met with us, Charles and Dane met with Dan Robinson, Tim Brooks, and the staff as well, broke together. Basically what they do is they take your files, scan them, and put them in a database system. We can search our filing system right now. Everything's in boxes. It was on 6 ounce sticks. We probably have over 200 some boxes. Proposals for 120 boxes to scan in and broke those. Broke that office. Basically, we get a right to know request. They're spending hours numbers for receipts, checks, applications, grant agreements, whatever it may be. We just received 2 more rate than those, and the one's extremely extensive. It's basically all the for-profit companies from the gaming grant from 2011.
The full page.
It's a full page list. We want to see checks, applications, gaming grant agreements. It's going to take a long time. Somebody, and honestly, almost here, she got hurt moving some of these boxes. Like I said, what she did, but they're stacked 10 high. So if you have something on the bottom, you got to move 9 boxes to get to the one you need. So, all that being said, I think it would be beneficial to the office to have the system in place where Brooke or Deborah, whoever, can just type in Salvation Army, all the information pops up, get it back to them. That'd be much more efficient. You know, in the comment, Dan, Tim, you guys let the staff meet with them, see if it's going to be beneficial for us.
And I think it would definitely be a benefit to clean up our old documents. Like we said, they're in boxes, organized, but still takes time. Moving forward, we are now more digital, but the past stuff, it's all hard copies.
How far back are you thinking?
I would say, especially for gaming and tourism, the last 5 years is when I started keeping strictly everything digital. But before that, it was all paper copies for everything.
You guys have any comments, Dan?
Yes. Even though I agree with the concept, reading through it, the statement of work repeatedly mentions all adoptions and governance, but it doesn't state what artificial intelligence you're going to use. That was one question. And are they going to use our data to train models? That's a key that can't happen.
May I interrupt? Are you seeking approval of this today? Or just discussing?
Just discuss.
Discussion.
We can ask those questions.
Okay. And then the other thing was, and who has the authority to approve scope changes?
You're saying
Yes.
internally?
Yes.
I would think scope changes within the proposal.
Within the proposal. Well, if you're going to add to it, that's what I mean by scope.
Oh, add to the scope of that. You're saying.
Yes.
I would imagine I would offer the agreement if you guys approve it.
Okay. Let me approach it from a different angle. Because I think those are relevant questions and I understand what you're trying to do here. Kind of laugh because I know somebody in the early 1980s that had document scanning company locally, made money off of local governments. But regardless, she simply laughing in the back because they're going to this. Anyway, why is this something that's just on economic development? There's a lot of other departments in the county that have and fulfill right to know requests. There ought to be a document strategy that the chief clerk is going to have overall so that we're not tripping over ourselves. Maybe we're saving money doing. Maybe we have a great deal for a vendor that we like, but maybe there's a vendor that everybody else needs to use. I don't know. And so rather than taking it on, I don't want to not take it on. I think it's important that, Brooke doesn't lift heavy boxes. I'm okay if the toy. Maybe you, not Mr. Brooks, but you. But saying all that, I do. I guess that's what I would ask. Maybe is that something that's an easier or at least more pertinent to follow right now? Even though you met with them, and I'm not trying to stop us.
Yeah, it's a good point, because we used a scanning company in the mid-2000s that's out of business, and used CD-ROMs. The CD-ROMs still work. But I did ask that, vendor, I saw him just the other day on a different event. What if they go away? Who takes up them? I asked the same question, how about the whole county? He had indicated, and Stewart said that they did do a mini pilot through Human Services, mainly for children and youth, I believe. And they were looking at ours as a, I don't want to say a pilot, but we're also looking at the county. So answer your question. but
Well, no,
it
because
was
are
on
we
the mind.
paying for it, or is the county paying? For it? You
Yeah, I
know,
guess we would pay for it. That's the proposal.
I'd rather have the county pay for it. I mean, you know.
Are we
it's
paying
not,
for
you
the whole
know,
county?
Well, it is under, county law that we are required to respond to these, I mean, what might be the idea. Well, I mean, what's the pleasure of the board? I don't know where you want us to go.
It's just not cool for this authority. And I can request, if you guys are comfortable, for a redevelopment authority, land bank authority to share the cost of the proposal, because the problem is there's so much overlapping in this office with like 7.
Okay, then we can go as a package then. But I still think you ought to try to go to Eric and see if we can't get the chief clerk or others to help offset, pay for it. Because it is, we are responding. He handles right to know requests, he's right to know. It's, yeah, it's a, so, yeah.
So that's no, I mean, everybody knows the county quadruple.
Yeah. They,
From like 100 to like 7 in the last year.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying not just for us, I mean, the county has.
George, you had mentioned 200 boxes, but the proposal's for 120.
Right.
Is there a magical threshold that you're looking at? Is it date driven or is it just
It could
arbitrary number?
Good point. So, like I said, there's so much overlap in this office. So, under the EDC, we have our CDBG program and our home program. Those are federal programs. We're required to only keep those documents 7 years. Anything past 7 years, you can shred. That being said, there really is no law or rule for the gaming and tourism. But what I wanted to do was match the federal regulation and just go back 7 years across the board for all the documents. Therefore, that's the.
So as we go forward, I hear that we're more digitized,
Yes.
but are we 100% or are we just accumulate? Are we finding boxes? We gotta find boxes next year for 24 and 25. So that we're not,
Everything's.
okay, that's really the
Yeah,
question.
like our payments now are completely digital. Applications are becoming more digital. I'm sure there's some loose papers here and there, but I'm putting everything in. So it's just whatever everybody has randomly. But as a whole, I would say we're pretty long.
All the different applications, so CDBG and home are still hard copy printed applications.
So that's not a you issue, that's just,
Well, that's under the EDC. So, tourism is all digital, it's of course. Gaming is still hard. And we've had some issues this year with gaming, and that's why, I'm requesting to go strictly digital next year, 2026. So there's no issues.
Yeah.
People submitting the application to the wrong address, we move it, some issues with that, people missing deadline dates. I mean, the portal system eliminates all those issues. So, but, it's a lot of different things that need to be changed, and some systems just antiquated and need to be updated and taken care of. So that's kind of, I mean, I can talk to Eric. This is just more of to let you guys be familiar with this and bring it to your attention.
I mean, if he wants to move forward, or if he says go ahead, then I think we should. I don't know, do you need a direction from us now to do that, or at least since we don't know what the final cost is?
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe we let them resubmit a new proposal, share costs across all. It's gonna be IDA, EDC, Redevelopment Authority, Land Bank, Affordable Housing Trust Fund. I mean, it's.
Yeah.
Smart.
I have one other question.
Yes, sir.
I know what it's gonna cost you. scan it all, looking at 120 boxes. What's the retrieval cost? What are we charging them?
Retrieval as far as
When you retrieve, you got a right to know you're gonna be retrieving the information.
what,
They're not
in
gonna
the
give it to
system,
you.
it's gonna be free. I would
Yeah,
think.
you're
gonna control your
We're
cache
controlling
of
it.
You're gonna have it here?
Yes,
It's all gonna be in the cloud.
it's gonna be in the cloud, it's gonna be in the system, they create.
They'll search it electronically
Yeah,
and view the scanned documents.
so they scan them, they're gonna scan
And
them.
they're not gonna get anything for their
No,
calling it?
Yeah.
No.
Was there a maintenance fee or something for
Yeah,
the
it's like
cloud
a
or
yearly
something? Yeah.
maintenance fee, but I mean, we'll have the system. So Brooke will be able to type up Salvation Army, all the documents from 2008 from gaming will pop up. So
Okay.
she's not searching for them in a box. It eliminates the hard copy.
I use a lot of this in my work. It's wonderful. Yeah, it makes your life a lot easier.
Well, I understand that, I just thought that they would have a retrieval.
Yeah, so-
Just maintenance.
This refers to something called SharePoint that's online.
Right,
I know.
And that's where they'll be able to go and search the documents.
Yeah.
But that's a good point of whether or not there's a fee for sort of maintaining that or having the access, a license fee or something. along
should
those
be in there
lines.
somewhere.
It talks about, SharePoint, and I guess, I don't know if they're referring to the county's current licensing, but the fees proposed don't seem to directly address that.
So,
But a couple of things jumped out to me. If, the board moves forward, is, being clear on who the party is that's entering into the contract. I would assume you're not obligating the county. It's either going to be the department or one of these boards or authorities. The other thing too is they talk about using a partner, ScanTech. And so I would just caution against a third party having access to your files and what are their obligations with regard to confidential information, all that kind of stuff. And that's not described here.
Who won't we gather all the questions? Come back and send more information. Exactly.
So everybody heard, if you have questions, please get them to Latoya or thoughts on this that you wanted to ask.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, maybe jumping around here and just in terms of old business and business, since nobody else, the public is here, you still want Mr. Wolf to go through it, we can move ahead and have him come up now and go through that. So Corey, you want to do that so that, make him stick around and talk a little bit in executive session. Please tell us who you are.
So I'm Corey Wolf. I'm the president and CEO of Coral Reef Partners. We're based in Hershey. I live in Hershey, so I'm the Development Academy president. And we are a company that we're about 130 employees, and we develop, construct, own, and maintain solar projects. This is the only thing we do. So we're limited, but this is so roughly a year ago, we submitted a bid to acquire and buy the existing Middle Pack solar project. Just kind of recapping the timeline, I'll just kind of skip through that, but we were hoping to close by the end of the year. We went through due diligence, and there were some variables that kept us from closing at the end of the year. We started a new round. Like once we did at the end of the year date, it was kind of like, all right, pressure is off a little bit because we're trying to get everything in a very small window. We started looking at the tax credit for 2025 and how that might be impacted. We started due diligence again in March and developed and discovered a number of items that we needed to resolve, including a lot of engineering, permitting, zoning, other variables. So we worked through that largely all summer. Really, I think we finally got the engineering completed in August, and roughly the middle to end of August of 2025. And then there was a lawsuit that transpired between PPL and the PUC. And the impact of that lawsuit makes the revenue stream and financial opportunity a little murky for the solar project. So we are working through what the impact might be. And the goal is to have a very good idea. Once the matter is resolved, which we think will be sometime in February of 26, is to recommence the acquisition and buy the project. We've actually set up all the single purpose entities and all the vehicles that would ultimately own the system. That's been set up actually for a year. So we set that up right away. The legal documents that we needed to create are complete. The due diligence is essentially done at this point, and we're just waiting to get clarity on what the ruling is going to be and how much ultimately PPL is going to pay for power generated from the system.
Thank you. Any questions? Any further questions? So you'll come back to us, hopefully?
We will. So we do weekly meetings. Sometimes they're pretty short, just to kind of provide updates. We meet on Tuesday or Thursdays at 9:30 in the morning. We obviously won't meet next week or this week. We're here, but we'll continue to commence the meeting just to touch base and provide any updates as we get clarity.
Yeah, and quite frankly, feel free, I think maybe we'll look at the January meeting. We have January meeting?
That's on the agenda to discuss.
Talk about that. Maybe come back in at the January meeting and update us. That'll get, unless there's something between now and then, obviously I know that you'll talk to George and I think if you come back in January, folks might be interested in hearing an update as well.
Sure, happy to come back anytime and answer questions.
Thank you. Or we could do it virtually, either way. I mean, maybe in January it'll be snow, hopefully not on the solar. Any other questions? Thank you for it.
You're welcome.
Thanks. Yeah. All right, so going back onto the agenda. We need to approve the resolution for the IDA bank account access for Mr. Timothy Brooks. And I think there was a resolution that was.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, we were asked to prepare a resolution to assist the financial coordinator with getting access to the authority's bank accounts that could be provided to the financial institutions, evidencing that he is the financial coordinator for the Department of Community and Economic Development, and that he should be authorized to have access to bank accounts, whether that includes, electronically or in person, physically, but also, getting statements, checking statuses, whatever the case may be, to carry out his duties as financial coordinator. The resolution also includes to remove access by any of those prior financial coordinators. So it's clear that, this is the current person in the role.
Mr. Brooks and I went around and talked to the banks and kind of enlightened. How people are when try to remove money from their institutions. I thought we looked pretty trustworthy.
They didn't think so.
I think they look at us like, who are these people? All right, so I will make a motion.
Yes.
So I will make the motion that we approve the resolution for the IDA bank account access for Mr. Tim Brooks, financial coordinator. As on the resolution presented to.
Second.
I'm sorry, no. Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Okay, I made the motion and seconded by Mr. Reaver. Discussion.
No, I think, not on this particular motion, so I think you can go ahead and call it if there's no other questions or discussion.
Any other questions or discussion? Seeing none, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed likewise, the ayes have it, motion carries.
Pardon the interruption. Brooke was reminding me that the authority needs to have the prior resolution that was approved authorizing signatories to the bank accounts re-signed today. I could have mentioned that during my solicitor report. Back in May, this board approved those who are authorized to sign checks
Yeah.
for the authority and signed copies, I guess, misplaced. And so we would just be asking that resolution that was approved, I believe at the May 15th meeting, just needs re-signed.
Okay, so I will make a motion that.
Well, I don't think we need a motion because it was already approved. It was approved
Okay.
and signed.
Okay,
Yeah.
It's just, I don't.
so I just need to re-sign.
It's a mystery where the signed copy is.
Come on then.
There's someone, one of those needs to be signed at the secretary spot.
Mr. Foley.
Yeah, I'll sign it. Then you can have it, thank you, sir.
That's the old
Okay,
IDA one.
because I think this one should.
Is it gonna-
Yes.
No, thank you. Oh, wait, I'll read that.
I have it.
That's okay, I have a pencil. I don't-
Sorry.
All right, 2020, speaking of pencils and pencils, 2026 meeting dates.
Are you okay with keeping the IDA EDC meetings the third Thursday of every month? And we'll get that advertised, so we're good to go for January.
Update on the Harrisburg Events Center project.
Yes, it's, King Mansion on Front Street.
Yes.
Received 2 RACP grants. We were passed both entities. The cooperation agreement is signed. It's the host municipality agreement that needs to be signed by commissioners. You guys sign. Project's done. The requesting from the person, I don't want to be honest. It's not, because it's on. Documents. I think it was that.
Sure, so for those that, weren't on the board at the time, when the project was presented, that the IDA would be the pass-through for the redevelopment assistance capital program grant, the board approved being the pass-through or participating in that. So at the time, there was a resolution authorizing all of those actions along with a cooperation agreement between the IDA and the actual subgrantee is 2201 NFS. And so that was all taken care of appropriately. And then the IDA approved a host cooperation agreement, which includes the IDA and the County Board of Commissioners, and signed by this board. And then the next step would be that the county commissioners approve and sign. And so that's the last, there's no action for the board to take. So George just wanted to provide an update because the commissioners are being asked to sign that host cooperation agreement, which is required. And then a couple other things, the solicitor's legal opinion that was already provided. I think that was it. Yeah, so no action is being requested today.
Okay. Project. Questions, portable? I mean, I guess the one question, I know Dan asked some questions as well, is, the intent of going through with it in February, I hope that that's the case. If they fail to move forward on it, what are our options then?
Well, obviously, like you mentioned, They're taking all panels out. Right. So the panels only have a 25-year life expectancy. Obviously, all of them are different. You may get 30 out of one, 20 out of one. Who knows? I don't know how that works. I can't really tell you about that, but when they were purchased back in 2011, and it was SunPower out of California. Now these panels are coming from Australia, Austria, all different countries, and they have 35-year guarantees for power generations. So that's why it's going to revamp the entire solar. So, I mean, if they don't go through with the sale, we're left with the solar farm, many options. We could put it back up for proposal or see if any companies have any interest. We received one proposal prior to this one. So we could maybe that, or we could try to renovate the farm, redo all the panels like they were going to do. I mean, I don't know if there's any interest in that. We are looking at saving expenses. We have to rebid out our maintenance contract. It's trying to lower the expenses and create more revenue to pay for the debt service, which is the $1.8 million that is on there. So,
And this has no, if you sell your house, you have 30 days to close, 3 months to close. They can say the appeal was dismissed, but they might appeal their dismissal, or they might appeal. But when can we resell it, decommission it, renovate it? Is it under sale? I can't really, they're not gonna lose their deposit.
Right.
But what can we do? Can we rebid the maintenance? Can we do no maintenance? They said they're gonna replace everything. Why do any maintenance? Why replace any panels? I mean, just,
the problem is the debt. If there was no debt, we could do that. We got a $1.8 million loan that needs to be paid. So we have to generate revenue to pay for that.
if the buyers that came in, if their concerns become valid, what would they generate 6 months from now? Like, are we under an obligation if it has no end date of this due diligence? How could we resell it without some?
Well, we're not-
So Mr. Wolf said that their due diligence was complete. So if the board, takes that information and says, we're notifying you that we want to close on X date, you certainly could do that. If you no longer want to proceed with the transaction, you could terminate the agreement. I think some of the considerations would be that the board did RFP the property and only received one response. But certainly if, steps were taken to move on and issue another RFP, I'm not aware of the reason, but that would, I guess, be more so like a business decision.
Yeah, are we losing or making money each month? We're losing.
Yeah, I want Alex to review some of the financials that we have. What options? Paying maintenance, other expenses. We need to. So.
You'll do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does our agreement of sale prohibit us from having any other action? Like, is it contractually that we can't do anything until they release us? Or can we
Anything like what?
consider other options? If we decide, hey, we're not sure where the litigation is gonna go, we decide we're gonna maintain it, retrofit it. We see an avenue that it's economically viable. Does this contract prohibit us from doing anything? Or is it a letter of intent?
From walking away?
Yeah.
So I'm not aware of a reason under the contract that you wouldn't be able to walk away. That's what you decided to do.
I mean, because they're in the same boat. I mean, if the litigation falls, so I would hope that it's shared exit strategies.
I wanted to point out that there is a member of the public viewing the meeting, and they're saying that they can't hear. So if
Maybe-
everyone could speak up.
Talk up towards the microphone. Maybe Pam can hear us then.
I don't want that to imply that I want to end a contract. I'd like to see it go to completion. I'm just kind of tapping into some of the questioning.
Thank you, Mr. Connor.
You guys want to vote to give them deadline date on voting first or something? I mean, you gotta do something.
What did he say the PUC meeting is what, next week?
First week in February.
Yeah, week in February.
6, 7.
He
So the earliest
mentioned
is
that
March.
the hearings are in the early December. And that it was his thought that it could be resolved by February.
Well, then, why don't we, well, okay, I guess we could invite him back in December after the PUC meeting and give him a deadline then. And then do it in person, like, you know,
30 days to close.
Well, a couple things you mentioned, he mentioned the hearings being early December, and you've already, I think, invited it back to the January meeting.
January meeting.
But also in terms of taking action, there's nothing on the agenda with regard to taking action with the solar project.
Well, would it make sense to see the outcome of the PUC hearing and the appeal period? And then then we understand the playing field, that there's been a decision, there's been no appeal, and then we are in a position to act, and he is likewise in a position to act. So that there's no condition, like there's no unknown hanging out there, like, hey, we don't know if it's gonna be appealed or not. That's done. Those windows have exhausted, and we're both in position to make firm decisions.
That makes sense to me. I mean, honestly, when you think about the history of this, if they do make a decision and drop the excess generation rate, do we have the ability to resue them? I mean, we sued them before.
right.
We took our kilowatt hours down at 4 cents. I mean, that's why we're at this point, this situation. Failed revenue numbers that were guaranteed and signed off on with the power purchase agreement. What are we talking about? I mean, right? Am I right?
Are you right on that?
If they, let's say 4 weeks backs out, the lawsuit comes, they say 3 cents a kilowatt hour is all we're generating. Do we have the ability to sue them again?
I'd have to look into that.
Does that not make sense?
It sounds like we're in the same boat as Coral Reef.
Right.
You know, like one way or the other.
And many other customers.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly, everyone else. So it's like, let them take that legal battle and see where their success is. Why, we don't need the burden.
Well, I'm saying agreed. But I'm saying once it's set,
Correct.
then it's like, well, we got $1.8 million debt to pay off, and you're giving us 3 cents a kilowatt hour. We can't generate any revenue with those numbers. I mean,
Well, let's go back to your question, George. Do you want us to give you an ultimatum to say,
I would say yes. I mean, that's what we, absolutely. I say after the lawsuit is settled, we give them 30 days. All the due diligence is done. They checked it. What would we leave?
I mean, we don't have to then take any action on that today?
Like, we're back on January.
Well, unless we want to invite him back in December. If not, then let's do it in January. Yeah. Yeah, court case.
Yeah, the only caveat I'd throw in there is that we get through the appeal window.
Right.
Okay, yep. Before we compel
Yeah.
action for them or us.
So, a lot of different options. It's gonna happen.
It's not, let's think good thoughts.
Let's get it done.
Gaming program update.
Public hearing dates have been set and the applicants that received a public hearing have been notified. I am working with the Gaming Advisory Board to schedule the Gaming Advisory Board meeting that then all the other applications that did not receive their own public hearing will be discussed and reviewed. Moving forward.
Infrastructure bank,
No,
small business loan.
no.
Everything's been executed from the deal from seems.
Correspondence and miscellaneous items. Board comments. Public participation. I know that people online continue to say that they can't hear. To solve that problem, other than continue to work with our sound and technical folks here. I know we had them on earlier. If nobody's here in person, I will look for motion to adjourn at 12:43.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Doug and seconded by Hamilton. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Likewise, we are adjourned.
That was fun.
All right, I will call this meeting of the Dauphin County Economic Development Corporation to order Thursday, November 20th at 12:43 p.m. Let the record show that all members of the Economic Development Corporation are present. For. Thank you all for being here, good gentlemen. And staff is all here, and we don't have any guests. There was no executive session held on the Economic Development Corporation business before this meeting. Members of the public are not here today. I know they're on some online, and that's like a one person. I know Ann Parsons here is here. I will look for a motion to approve the October 16th minutes that were sent to you.
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Hurd, second by Mr. Reaver. Discussion? All in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed likewise, yeah, ayes have it. Motion carries. Financials, I didn't ask the same question of this, but what financials can we take? Just June and July as well, do it the same way? So I will look for a motion to accept the financials for June and July of 2025 pending.
So moved.
Doug, seconded by Alex. Any discussion on that? Anything we need to know? Mr. Brooks, George?
No, sir.
Mr. Robinson? Okay. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Opposed likewise, the ayes have it. And the financials for June and July are accepted. Now I will look for a motion to table the August through October financials until next month's meeting.
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Hamilton. Seconded by Mr. Reaver. All in favor of the motion to table until December, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed likewise, the ayes have it. Those financials are tabled. New business. Oh, we have to do another resolution as well.
Yes.
I will make a motion that we approve a resolution for the EDC bank account access for Mr. Timothy Brooks to be granted.
So moved. Second.
Three-way, Tim, we love you so much. We did three-way.
The same deal with the old resolution that was approved in May. We just need signatures on that.
Only.
Is that something?
Yeah, so I'll copy it.
Just when you think you're done. Very much. If any young children are sick, should be concerned.
We'll send it back. You missed one.
Next one. Okay, the meeting dates for 2026 will be posted. Saying, could we meet another day and get lunch on that day? That is Mr. Robinson's question.
I will advertise the EDC as the third Thursday immediately following the conclusion of the IDA meeting.
Thank you very much. Old business staff program reports. Anything, George? We should have staff. Dan.
No, we're just going through the cycle for CDBG and home.
That,
15th.
parking issue at Market Square.
Yes.
We bandied about, I think we have added some spaces, but we still have a number of, problems that are losing us money that you're aware of. And I just bring it up. If you have any questions, we sold the building without parking, and now we have parking without a building. A lot of money long term.
How many spaces? 92. How many open spaces?
About 10.
And 10, and that's at the rate of.
So our county employees are $85. We have outside agencies that vary in price, but our highest payer is $120 a month. But yeah, I've been working with the fourth floor, trying to pull some people off of the human service waiting list. Had some takers, a lot of denies.
They don't want to pay.
But even
yeah.
at those rates, it's gonna lose money, because as you know, incorporated the building and the parking, so it wasn't really a number that attached to it.
I understand.
So,
There is maintenance that needs to be done.
And there's the management fee.
And then the
Yeah,
monthly, yeah,
Management
the,
Quite high.
yes, the monthly management fees.
So Dan and I had a condo association on that. And that was addressed that, you know, like Dan said, we don't flush any toilets. If you're not shampooing our carpet, you're not cleaning our desk, why are we paying the same as the other tenants in the building? Which is a great point. So I think they're gonna reevaluate the contract.
Well, I don't understand. The people that rent space in the building that the parking garage is attached to, you know, they're paying the condo fee as well.
Like this, but there's only two owners, it's just us and another company. They own all the other spaces.
The company, who is it then?
Well, I know
whoever
that's-
owns the building, the leases, they,
No, it was just kind of, I didn't know.
but they also get to use the bathrooms, they get to flush toilets, they get to walk around the building. All we have is concrete conduit spaces.
What's the
There's no
bill?
access.
It's Market Square.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what the tower, you know, building.
Mid-pen.
Okay, so it's all Stevens and Lee. It's an empty tower of.
There's
There's a bunch of people in that building. Yeah,
GSL.
yeah, GSL's in that building. That's right. There's a bunch of people that, you know, probably it's a good deal.
If the parking was paid off 20 years later, we would still lose money.
Probably, the condo fee is astronomical.
The gift that Tony was got. You know, it's. Strike that from the record. I think that, it's. I forgot that, yeah. No, yeah, hopefully.
That's why they're working.
That's the lights aren't working.
I just think it's a shame, and so I don't, I mean, 10 spaces isn't that I understand, you know, as well. I mean, having 19 spaces down where I am, you know, and those are surface spaces, but still, there's a demand for it. It's to some degree. It's not gonna be what we, you know, is it $200 a space? It'd be nice.
I think 210 number in cash flow.
Yeah.
Even with the debt and the debt from PMI and the
But
expenses.
the lack of people going downtown means that there's space.
I mean,
And I don't see anybody coming back full time.
so I don't even know if we can sell it.
I'd like that, you know.
Yeah, we discussed that. I mean, Dan and I discussed that. I mean, even if we intend, I mean, if we got an agent to list this thing and sell it, I don't know that it would sell. Would you buy?
No, but I think what's funny is I think the Hilton's team is frustrated with their the lack of the gate working. And so the real question is, could you parlay that into a sale of the parking to whatever the Hilton ownership of the Hilton is? Is that even feasible in a transaction where they would buy the garage and have that be the Hilton parking? And I don't know what their deal is, but the rest of the.
I can call Steve and see that's a good point.
I don't know.
But currently, we may owe $40,000 for the fire doors. My question was, and Dan and I were on call, you guys open the door once a year?
Right.
How's it bad? I don't understand
Everything lasts 20 years.
that. Because it's not used.
I mean, the only, without having a building, the only viable buyer would be the county, who's technically on the hook.
Yeah.
For our thing, and the county's not going away, added two judges.
Yeah.
It's not going away. They have 100 some people on their waiting list. They could buy it. I don't know if they want to buy it and owe it. But that would be an option.
But they're gonna require those fire doors to be replaced, or else they're gonna shut the doors and our parkers won't be able to get into the space. That's the problem.
The last time that they test the fire doors, I think they had to use a special tool of some sort. It's they're having issues with the fire doors. So if the special tool doesn't work, come the next time that they test the fire doors, our cars could be potentially trapped until.
Not get in and not get out.
But I think the fire door replacement has been discussed.
We just discussed.
Well, I know, but
$40,000.
well, I know it, but I think it was sent. It's been a couple of years that this has been an issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that what the condo fees are for?
It's $19,000 a door, and we have 2 floors.
I don't think we ever had one on the association meetings.
From
Does the county have a seat on that board? On,
We're not.
Yeah.
pardon?
It's a EDC. It's me. Because we are the
But
only.
we're a minority owner.
Yeah.
There's more
Because
than
they
one
have
of
to
those
spend money on
majority.
something. They're
And a second
depreciating
charge.
capital assets, like.
I don't know.
It's our responsibility. I'm being told. Because it's our asset. Out of the condo association. So we're gonna have to replace them soon. Like I said, they're gonna shut them us, and then we won't be able to get into them.
Who is that?
The PNR.
Yeah, okay.
EMI. Mm-hmm. Who runs PMI?
The partnership.
We have do we have a person that we can call when somebody's car gets locked in there?
yeah, I have my contact that I
Yeah,
can.
we-
Yeah. I deal with a Don.
So, we have those invoices. And that those.
Well, we're gonna have to, if the doors, if that's a problem and we can't have tenants not have access to the vehicles, we're gonna have to have the doors fixed. I don't know what else to do.
So do we need to approve a resolution to approve the expenditure? If
So-
that happens, so we don't have to wait a month to get people back in? Is that action you need from us?
We wouldn't be able, to. Excuse
You
me,
can't
the
do it
board
now.
wouldn't be able to do that today because it
Wasn't
wasn't on the agenda.
Yeah, can you put that on the agenda, that's the next meeting, just to give you the ability to do that, should be necessary? Okay. CDBG home,
Go through the cycle of the application review process.
how about, tourism,
Was it
how about tourism?
tourism will open up January 1 in the portal system.
Thank you.
These mics are good. I don't know why I can't hear. She does the minutes. It's
Speak up.
perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine when you do the minutes.
Huh?
No problem.
Any correspondence or miscellaneous
No,
items?
sir.
Any further board comments from my colleagues?
I'll miss you all next month as I'll be in the air.
Where will you be in the air?
Not here.
Nashville.
You could dial in.
I'll have good signal.
Yeah, but Wi-Fi. Not if we doesn't have Wi-Fi. it's not
Wi-Fi,
that.
but-
But we do have that option to dial in, is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen that since I've been involved.
Yeah, we have a
That's good.
dollar number. We have a dollar.
Well, I mean,
We have somebody's phone because this
I
room
think
doesn't have a phone.
we don't, yeah, this room doesn't have a phone, so if you would have to dial in, you'd have to dial
Call
into
me,
George's cell phone or,
Including dial into the live stream?
I don't know.
I don't think they have the ability.
If you
A
need,
board member to participate in the meeting would have to be able to hear and be heard.
Right.
I just want to make you aware in case that creates quorum issues. That's
Alex
why I
wasn't
mentioned it.
asking.
yeah, he is not going to get the next one.
We will mark you as excused, absolutely. Any other comments? Hearing none, seeing none, I'll look for a motion to adjourn the Dauphin County Economic Development Corporation meeting at 12:59.
Second.
Second. Here, next one. All in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, likewise, the ayes have it. Very much.
Thank you.